One day, Leonardo da Vinci, whilst drawing his mad inventions, came across a stumbling block. How on earth could the law of physics be beaten into submission? And he took great inspiration from a very dear friend of his, Uncle Bob. And Uncle Bob advised him on the beating physics into submission and how a helicopter should be. And guess what? That was born. Welcome you legends and heliheads, you choppers and stick bangers, the wonderful twizzle whizzlers, the beautiful human being subscribers and everyone else passing by. Welcome to this video on Helished. A new series where it's not about my specific journey, it's about your journey and my journey. Because as I said in the opening there, Uncle Bob, who's been around for millennia, has forgotten more about radio control helicopters than most of us know. And look, if you want to learn how to fly 3D, thick banging and twizzle whizzle your thumbs so they fall off, then click on the link in the description below or up there and go and see RC Helicopter Richard. That's some serious talent there, and he breaks it down so that you can understand. Actually, do you know, I say that every time, but you know what? I don't. I'm sorry to interrupt this video. I don't. I look at how he does those tricks. I looked at Mickey Bling. I was standing right behind him, and I have no idea on this earth what his thumbs are doing. Can someone tell me? Anyway, sorry, I digress. So, RC Helicopter Richard. But, new series, Uncle Bob, by popular demand from email and comments on the video where I was trying to perfect how to go around a corner, Uncle Bob is going to do some flying for us and give us some demonstrations. Now, this is a new fandangle camera system, you should know that by now, and a new microphone with a furry head. Who doesn't love a bit of fur in their life? So look, anyway, bottom line is that I'm going to narrate over his flying of his example on this one. But videos going forward, we're going to get Bob to do it. Which means you haven't got to listen to me drivel on as normal. So starting from this one, let's look at cornering. I'm not talking about the superbike either, down on the knee. I'm talking about how you should be able to corner in a helicopter.
You just say those words and we'll beat all the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It is perfect for a fly in a honeymoon, oh babe. So come fly with me, come fly, let's fly. Back up, let's fly away.
Welcome to this first video in this series of Come Fly with Bob. In this video we're going to be looking at cornering, and I'm doing the voiceover for him for this first one, and he'll be doing them going forward, as I said in the opener there. Now, there was a couple of things he wanted me to ensure that I mentioned as part of this video, and that is taking off, moving away and orientating. He's seen a lot of beginners, you know, lurch from the ground when they should be gently lifting from the ground like that, and then moving away from the position of takeoff. And once we've moved away a good 5 meters or so, then orientate towards the direction of flying and then fly. Now, Bob is now going to give us a demonstration of a figure of 8 where the helicopter is flying away from us, and then 2 where the helicopter is flying towards us. And I zoom in the video so that hopefully you can see that the tail is being kept as level as possible to the ground, and that is essentially the bottom line of a good corner, is the orientation of the tail to the ground. Now, a lot of us have gotten into bad habits, and we use a lot of rudder before the turn, which of course lowers the nose, reduces the radius of the turn and increases the speed. But what we're seeing here is an example of how a proper turn should be done. Bob's now moving towards a figure of 8s where he's flying towards us, and this is the second one flying towards us. And he also wanted me to make sure that I mentioned that you should also practice flying towards yourself as well on a figure of 8, which is much more difficult than flying away, and it's good to have those bits of practice. And also, don't be too concerned if your altitude raises or lowers during the turn. The important thing is the orientation of the boom in relation to the ground. So practice those and you'll know when you've got it right, because the boom never lies. When it comes to landing, again, you wanted me to mention, look, just bring it in, tail in, leave it a couple of feet off the ground, hit throttle hold and let that helicopter come to settle, and then just a little bit of pitch at the very end, and then it's done. That's it, legends. The sun's out there. Get out there and get practicing. Many thanks to Bob for doing this video series. Remember, guys, it's all about the journey. See you on the next one.